Is he gonna
Yeah, wow.
attack?
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so Ziemowit certainly happy to see this. Nothing really in the way of access, but lots of ops and a great headline. I would expect the socialist government's headline followed by a NATO coup of Italy would be my guess, and then UN and Marshall is also great. And then on Yuchen side, I would assume we would see a purge, right?
Could be. Well, purchase, yeah, again, is what, 1/6 at a time? Oh, yeah, so is the government. Oh, and purge, you're right. You are absolutely right.
Yeah. So Wayne, I'd love your thoughts on this. This is the standard Chinese opening. I'm too scared to do it. I
Correct.
always do the 4-4-2.
Right.
So is the preferred response when you do have socialist governments to simply take Italy and invite the U.S. to coup?
Correct, because in the Chinese school of thought, they think that Europe is actually holding you. Yes, no doubt, USA has the advantage dominating Europe, but at the same time, giving up coup on the first AR and then keep expanding to say Malaysia, Egypt, Pakistan is the same thing. So, but obviously, this time Yuchen could roll a two and with an NTB, so easily lets Ziemowit take control of Italy. And again, you let your opponent to gamble on the dice is what the Chinese school of thought usually, trying to force your opponent to do so.
Yeah, so in that case, Yu Chen decides to roll the dice. He would have needed a 5 to take Italy back. He only got a 2, and so Zima will control Italy. Looks like he's going to step into France as well. Obviously, if he weren't purged, I would imagine he'd love to grab Spain, Portugal, and get an early Europe domination. But instead goes into France and wisely overprotects Italy. Leaving only 2 there invites a jam, especially when you're purged.
Correct, and obviously we can see Ziemowit sort of don't care about the Asia scoring because he know he has no access card, and I think again he's just gonna likely score an even score. But
Yeah,
no,
so
it's
I
just
think
one point,
I'd
one point. Yeah,
expect. Would you expect Yu Chen to just go into Pakistan right away here, or
he
do you
need to
expect him to
expand.
fill up France?
Not Pakistan. Yeah, Pakistan they could go to in Pakistan. Let's see, Diane cover Malaysia for sure. Yep. Oh, okay. Filled up back to Lebanon and because he need meals up. He knows he need meals up. He want to give meal ups to Zimbabwe, and Zimbabwe quickly respond with putting two filling Iraq with Comcon. It's also a
Interesting.
common
Okay.
practice for Chinese to put Lebanon that early. We notice DEFCON is a 4, but he doesn't mind. They don't let you can just coup him if you need. Oh, the
Yeah,
Dell.
I think it seems like he might want Ziemowit to coup there so that he has an easy target for Milops, and I don't think Ziemowit is going to do that because he's got to dump Asia here,
Correct.
and then he's got 2 more plays, and he's got Korean War, so he's got to get into South Korea here. I would think, even with Asia scored, you don't want to play the war without getting anything into South Korea, right?
Well, not necessarily. You can because Korean War he's not going to invent it. You can just put one. Actually, no, because maybe because the Korean War's still there. The USA may hesitant to play it. I mean to control it. We'll see. We'll see what. Oh, let's see. We can now see Yuchen's hand. I haven't seen him. Oh, he actually got D style blockade Warsaw and Indo-Pak, so he's pretty safe in Pakistan if he wants to. Uh,
Yep. So Ziemowit is going to finish with a couple of one-ops plays. So I think Ziemowit certainly doesn't want to allow a poke of Iraq to remove his Middle East presence heading into turn 2. He'd also like to take Europe domination and get something into South Korea. He's not going to be able to do all of that.
But he need to, yeah, he could, yeah. I'm saying he need to. Oh, actually,
Yep.
I thought he was going to lower the DEFCON, but he's not. Um,
Yep.
maybe
So
he wants still. Go
Ziemowit
ahead, go ahead.
actually is the one who needed the mill ops there. I misspoke, but yes, the U.S. had mill ops and Ziemowit did not, and so he wanted to get one there by taking Lebanon.
Okay. Yushun decided to discard the style with blockade. Another
And
coup.
Ziemowit's
Oh.
going to take his shot at Iran, and he will miss.
Mhm.
And so that gives Ziemowit 2 mill ops. DEFCON is sitting at 3. So right now
Okay.
that'd be a VP for
Oh,
Yuchen, and he's going to space
space
Warsaw.
Warsaw. Yeah. Okay. Now we.
Okay. Oh wow. All right.
Okay, we see a very blue hand from Ziemowit, and then a what did Yuchen have? He has Europe, the Gulf, Containment, NORAD, NASA, Suez, Vietnam, and AI War. Zimowit has a relatively low op this
Yeah.
time.
Now, a lot of blue cards, but and I it's a little bit weird to say this, but Romanian abdication, quite a strong headline here for Ziemowit. Normally a
Oh,
bit of a throwaway event, but gives him Europe domination if
and
Yuchen
he
decides to
got
try
it, and
Europe.
he got it, and he got it.
Wow. So I think Yuchen probably figured he was not going to win that fight for Europe domination, so he wanted to try
That's
and
true.
get that out in the headline, and
That is
Ziemowit
true.
caught it.
Mm-hmm. You are right, Romanian. That is job.
Indeed, and even with independent reds in hand, Ziemowit goes for Romania, which obviously was the right decision. And this would have been obviously if Yuchen could see Ziemowit's hand like we can, I don't think he would have done that. I think he would have tried to win that domination fight, but he does, and he gets away with it. So a nice break there for Ziemowit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I would like to take this opportunity to wish Philip Gonslivit a very, very special happy birthday from all of us at Action Round Zero, because this is his 8th happy birthday, and I'm sure he will be a very, very strong Twilight Struggle player like Ziemowit in the future. All right, let's get back to the game.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you for mentioning that, Wayne. Looks like these players are fighting over Lebanon right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hot coup target here as Lebanon flips back and forth, even though neither of them has Middle East scoring.
Well, that's the unscored region, so it's quite obvious, though.
Yes. So
Yuchen need to
with
get to
Europe and Asia
Libya.
scored, and I'm sorry, what did you say, Wayne?
Oh, Yuchen need to get to Libya, obviously, because he had Nazer, and he need to, he need to event that. So we need to go to Libya, and maybe whether he wants to go to Algeria and kind of expand in the mid-war region.
Yes, and so yes, and I guess containment might have been a pretty darn good headline here for Yuchen. Because he with not great ops, De Gaulle obviously fine as a 4-op, Suez as a 4-op would have been a 4-op as well. So I think he would have been happy to get containment here, but unfortunately he was just bitten a little bit with that Europe headline. Ziemowit decides to dump CIA, and there's yet another Lebanon coup. I wonder if Ziemowit will just go right back in. Finally, does go into South Korea.
Uh-huh. Yeah, interesting. They still don't want to lower DEFCON, and um,
It makes perfect sense for Ziemowit not to lower DEFCON because he
that's
doesn't
true.
have any access. He's not going to be able to get to Thailand.
Yeah, at the same time, also he also dumped CIA, which is not dumb, actually remove CIA from play, which is always a great news for the USSR.
Okay, so here we're seeing De Gaulle, it looks like. Now, I wonder if you'll see this spaced or... Yeah, I like this play to simply get De Gaulle out of the deck right now, right here as just an empty action round. Make sure Ziemowit can't draw it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you would like that space shot to get to the double space, but still valuable. Okay, Ziemowit now giving up East European unrest. Do you think he will space independent reds? Interesting. Okay, so he rolls a 5, but
Okay.
also Yuchen does not remove one from Romania because he knows Ziemowit has independent reds. Maybe make that decision a little bit trickier for him.
That could be. That could be. Well, I mean, given all these cards, I mean, if he's similar need to space and independent rep could be a good card to space compared to your special relationship.
Yeah, and certainly he would want to hold on to 5-year plan, I would think.
Obviously, for obvious reason. Hmm.
So DEFCON lowered now, so I think taking Thailand makes sense.
Yep, he is going to do it, I think. Yep, perfect. And one's Lebanon, very obvious. Notice these two players are playing at a very, very fast pace, and when they set up, they actually set up a 45 minutes game, which is, not the standard 60 minutes. So we're expecting a very, very speedy game by these two players.
Yes. Okay. And Ziemowit decides to lower DEFCON to 2, tries a Panama coup and misses. Only gets 1 out of there, so the U.S. will retain access to Panama.
Uh-huh. And Samoa still have a chance if he needs to coup next turn. Now,
So
next turn, would you coup the Middle East battleground, or you prefer Panama? I mean, a little bit early right now, but what's your thought on that?
Yeah, boy, it's a good question. It really depends on the situation with the scoring card. I would like to, if I could get a big swing there in the Middle East, and I had a big card to do it with, I might try my hand at Libya to try and swing it to a 4 VP situation. But if the U.S. draws Middle East, I think they will just headline it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
More
Middle
even.
East coup becomes a lot less attractive, and you just want to knock out Panama. The other thing is, does Ziemowit redraw D-stall? We haven't seen D-call yet, but D-stall was discarded on turn one. So if he does get D-stall, perhaps the Panama coup makes more sense. So to take a little bit pressure off South America.
That is true. Deco is still unknown. Well, let's see what's the other card. Deco still out. U.S. Japan still out. Yep, that is true. And Captain Nazi Scientist still out. Okay, a couple strong cards.
Interesting. So
Oh,
Yuchen, tell me a little bit about this, Wayne. I thought that the kind of the Chinese, the typical Chinese strategy was to space cards that were empty action rounds. Yuchen decides to go with a bit of an old school strategy, one that I personally like, but I know is not favored by some of the elite Twilight Struggle players, of getting the two bad France events out of the deck early as
right.
empty action rounds so they can't come back to haunt you later. I personally like that, but he also didn't take the opportunity to go to space. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, when we often comment on Chinese player like the space, I mean, they actually based on, it's not just they like the space, but it's kind of the based on the theory that they want to play the card with the most VP opt efficient, as most efficient as possible. So if that space raise kind of earns you the VP, then sure, why not? But what if if you can remove that card out the play and then get you more cards, stay more USA event in a deck, that could also gain an advantage. So maybe Yuchen in this case consider space race is not as important at this stage because USSR still haven't landed on space yet, maybe. But that could be one reason.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so turn three here, this is an excellent hand for Ziemowit. He has drawn
Monster
D-Call.
hand.
He has redrawn D-Stall. He's also got the Purge, and he's got Middle East scoring with 5-year plan if he wants to dump it. And on the other hand, Yu Chen has defectors, but Ziemowit knows he has it. So I would be very surprised to see Ziemowit risk D-Call here, or even the Purge. In fact,
No,
I might
why not
headline
Middle
Middle
East?
East.
Yeah, Middle East could just score it even and then make a queue and then just expand. Look at all these ops that you can do with it. Well, at the same
Yeah.
time, USA actually doesn't have is not has a not too bad a hand. He also has redraw containment and marshal and NORAD, which is there's like 11 offs as well. Oh, perfectly read from Ziemowit. Not very well by Yuchen now. Anti-BQ Panama. Second shot.
Yep. No question it's Panama here.
Oh,
And this time he
perfect. He
gets the
got it.
roll.
He got it. He got it. Look like the America gonna be very, very red by the end of turn three, as well as
Yes.
the uh, Africa.
Yes. So Yuchen knows now that Ziemowit has
Deco.
decall. So I would certainly expect the
Pantala.
play into Angola here, maybe even Saharan states. We'll see.
Saharan state.
Perhaps Indonesia as well, or maybe that's not as big a priority. Let's see.
Maybe he will break. No, Mexico first. Okay. Yep, decal. Yep, 1, 2, 3.
I don't think you need Burma here. Thailand is a little bit of an empty threat. Laos is not bad to create some problems here, but so Yuchen will have the ops to obviously repair Angola and whatever happens here in Southeast Asia.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's just some sort of play that force Yuchen to make sure spend his op or waste his op to repair what decal does. Because
Yes, for sure.
mhm. Some player like to put that one into Thailand. What do you think? Force the USA to overprotect Thailand. Do you like that or?
I guess I like Laos maybe a little bit more. Gives access to Burma, just because we know whatever happens is just going to be repaired. And so now, yeah, we've got D-stall, and so I assume that Zemo will give up Romania. Yep, that's exactly what he's going to do. Gives up really a chance at Europe domination. Now he'd have to take 2 more countries with Yuchen not taking any. So Ziemowit, excuse me, happy with just the 1 point advantage there in Europe. He's also got East European unrest in hand, which is quite uncomfortable for him. So I would expect that to go to space potentially. But then he's also got to decide what to do with U.S. Japan. Wayne, would you like to, if you were Ziemowit, would you use the four ops of U.S. Japan and space EEU? Would you space U.S. Japan and repair EEU? What would you do here?
Well, US Japan kind of gains you one ops, but give up the you can use four ops to give up Japan. At the same time, but at the same time, the actually US has no domination. So basically, you give up the Asia domination to the USA, while EU can be just repaired by those free ops as well if you need. Oh, purge. Okay, I'm gonna fill it up. Taking South Korea. Now, if Ziemowit takes South Korea, then U.S. Japan may not be that paying to give it away though. If
Yeah, I think the U.S. Japan for two South Korea, maybe two Pakistan. Obviously, the war could have been redrawn, but I'm surprised not to see Ziemowit try and step into Pakistan here. Maybe he is thinking that neither side is going to get a domination here, and so he wants to spread out in the mid-war regions, which I think makes sense.
mm-hmm. Oh,
Marshal for the event. Okay. So this is just going to really ensure that Europe stays a draw, barring a brush war, of course, which would get Europe back. Win a space U.S. Japan, and he misses. Interesting. Okay. I would have thought perhaps U.S. Japan, two Pakistan, and two South Korea, or maybe filling up South America would be good. But he wants to space U.S. Japan on turn 3.
Oh, actually, I misread the board. EEU is actually gains him with one. He can use it one ops as well. See, because he only has East Germany and Poland, and all the other has gone already. So he does have nothing to repair. I didn't see the Romanian all gone already. So I don't think Simo is just happy to just have sitting one VP for that Europe.
Yep. So yeah, he's happy with the one VP. He's happy to see East European unrest gone, and he hopes that Yuchen doesn't draw the Pope.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but interestingly, I see when Ziemowit filled up South America, he filled up with the 2-2-2-1 situation, which kind of prone to attack by the VOA. Which let's see. Oh no, Yuchen did not get it. Okay, but sometimes you want to get 1 free instead of 2-2, so you lose complete access to that region. Oh wow, quickly Yuchen already plays his headline. He has captured 90 scientists, arms race, quagmire, socialist, astronaut summit, nuclear, Latin America, death squad. No access card, no super strong, powerful card besides astronaut, but there's nothing to dump either. At the same time, Ziemowit, what's his hand?
Yeah, so Ziemowit did draw the Pope. We talked about the Pope earlier. So he'd like to send the Pope to space, but he's also got VOA. VOA definitely has to go to space. And he's got 5-year plan in hand as well, which he may want to potentially use to discard Southeast Asia. So he may have to stomach the Pope and just repair the damage. He's also got Salt, so he could use that to hold an extra card. Or he may just want to get Southeast Asia out of the deck right now, which will be 3 VPs before it comes back in the late war, potentially worse. So some interesting choices here for Ziemowit. Also, not a lot of ops in Ziemowit's hand, and he's got to be annoyed to see Sadat immediately after Nasser was triggered.
Oh, that's the history, right? Isn't it?
Yes, I suppose that is historically accurate.
But yes, I remember. Isn't it? Who said it in the comment one time? It's always fun to see Nasser come after Sadat, and when we play TS, But that's how we enjoy this game. Oh, how I learned.
Okay, so an early brush war. And so what is our target here? Panama? Italy, of course. I'm sorry. What am I thinking? Italy, yes. And he rolls a 6, and that dramatically changes the picture in Europe. So a big win there in the brush war for Yuchen.
Well, at the same time, he still has no access, though. That's hopefully no scoring card comes out that early. And Ziemowit also, what did he do? Even looks up for obvious choice to have these one battleground in Africa.
Would you event Salt here if you're Ziemowit to give that -1 modifier?
But there's nothing good to Salt besides Deco, isn't it? He's checking this card pile.
I mean, there's Brush War. You can get Brush War back. And Italy's actually a pretty decent target, even for the USSR. It's only a coin flip. Now, I think if Ziemowit got Brush War, Yuchen would immediately fill those 2 European battlegrounds and make Italy a less appealing target. But then you can still go for Thailand, maybe Mexico. But again, the most important thing, perhaps give -1 to this barrage of coups we're probably about to see from Yuchen.
That's true. Nuclear sub, if you can gain one or two, I mean, you usually gain one or even two battleground. That's a big win already. And haven't seen a USA event nuclear sub in AR1. That could give him a huge advantage, particularly he's so behind, and all his cards are actually. He has at least 1, 2, 3. Oh, he may actually even event Latin American Death Squad actually to gain more. So if you like you said, if Ziemowit events Salt to have this raw modifier, he may just event Latin American to just change the modifier again.
Yeah, that could be. So, but if he events not Latin American, I think certainly he's not going to coup with Kennedy. He's going to hold on to Kennedy. Quagmire and Socialist, very playable, but I would, excuse me, they're not playable. I would assume both those would go to space. So Arms Race would be a good coup, but he'd need a big role in South America. I think he might go after Africa. Also, he wants to get captured Nazi scientists out. So nuclear sub's great when your opponent controls all these African one-stab battlegrounds, but he doesn't have a great nuclear subs hand at the moment.
That is true. Now, Zimmo just continue to expand and let Yuchen gamble on the dice.
Yeah, so Ziemowit's got some tough decisions here. The Pope is going to be worse than an empty action round. VOA is unplayable. He's also got 5-year plan sitting in his hand. Southeast Asia is -3 VPs for him right now. I would assume he would accept that. He could also discard with 5-year plan. With Europe looking the way he does, maybe he wants to hold on to it. And a lot of decisions for Ziemowit to make here.
Okay, first one, space, and he decided to let it go.
That makes sense.
Can't fight. Oh, event, okay.
Should Nazi for a couple of VPs also makes sense.
Well, going back to the Chinese spacing theory now, they are very, very far ahead.
Yes. To be even farther because you've got 2 great space candidates here, and you certainly want to hold Kennedy. So I would think you're playing both Quagmire and Socialist.
Yes, and they're perfect for VP and free ops space track for the 5th spot. Oh, Latin squad from Nigeria. Oh, boom! Now you quickly get it back for all these. Oh, Pope is now with 2 action. Now it's empty action round. 2 empty action round actually.
Quite passive there for now. I wonder if Ziemowit might event Salt or Bresh War Thailand and then score Southeast Asia on AR7, or if he might go for Italy.
1, 2, 3. So it's a free VP for that. Ooh, just like that.
It's got to be a little bit. So, and he's not going to go for the event.
No, because free VP is just too much, I guess. You can use 5-year pun to dump Southeast Asia scoring, unfavorable scoring. Why not? To do that.
Okay, yeah, yep. So he's gonna dump that and save his 3 VPs.
Space, yep. And he's a fail.
Fails, but I think we're gonna see another space shot here.
Yep. And I see Chile here. Do we? Oh no, we don't see a Chile.
So India would give domination, and the war is gone.
Huh? Interesting.
Ooh, a Mexican jam.
Right.
That is interesting. So yeah, perhaps Ziemowit has a sense that Yuchen does not want to. Yeah, I think Yuchen is going to
force him to respond. Not giving an easy space spot. Yes.
Yeah, he'd love to just space here, but I don't know if he can now. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, Sodgov is unplayable, and you certainly want to hold Asnod. So you actually decided to play Sodgov. Aha.
So West Germany is overprotected, France is overprotected, and so is Italy. So maybe he's thinking, okay, I only have to repair one of these, and I can use 2.
2, yes, barely enough.
Yeah, leaving France not overprotected is always is a little tough. He's going to instead.
No, because Simu was checking the discard pile, the remove pile. The guy is gone, so he decided not to take it from France. So instead, he took it from West Germany. Detail.
So ABM is a card that could have flipped France if it were.
This is a hand that USA wanted to have. Duck and cover. Allende one small step. Allende for poke. Oh, ABM versus Junta, the 2 giant.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting because Ziemowit has South America. He's happy to have South America and ABM. Not so happy with the rest of this hand.
Low off hand again.
Ugly US 2s that he doesn't want to trigger.
Well, but they're not fatal suicide superpower, at least not grain sales.
So he doesn't have grain sales. VOA was dealt with. And
Well, man is playable. Nixon, you can okay give the China card. Kim David, yeah, one VP, but yep, they're not that devastating a hand yet. But at the same
so
time,
annoying,
annoying. Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But definitely, USA has a pretty good ops and hand. He has U2 Alliance for Progress. He can play for events, so free ops, and then Duck and Cover also free ops. So a lot of ops, free ops card in his hand. What did he do?
So just as we speculated, Ziemowit jammed ABM into the unoverprotected European country.
Italy.
So he could have jammed France, but now with Italy at just 2, he jammed Italy. So he's going to be able to flip Italy.
Flip it
However,
back.
DEFCON is sitting at 4.
4.
So if he does want to flip it, Yuchen is going to get the coup here from Junta, and then he's going to get another coup, and maybe South America won't look quite as good afterward. Let's see.
Well, South America is always now. Right now is 7 or 8 is 8. Yeah, 8 VP for wait 5, 5. Yes, 5. Yeah, for 8 VP. Oh, Panama. China
Panama
got time.
coup.
Yeah, get the Italy and also it.
Yep, that makes sense. So now you need to see another coup.
Another coup.
I would
Yes,
expect another coup in South America here.
yes.
And Ziemowit was able to take Italy back.
Otherwise, he just scored with 8 VP. That's a huge one, which is really decent with this lead.
Yes.
Zimbabwe need to be careful with Algeria though, because that's his right now his only foot in Africa, and he certainly don't want to lose that control. And with all these one battle, oh, he's queuing. Let's see. Oh, Panama.
After Panama again. Boy, I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised he would not take a shot at South America, but Ziemowit more than happy to pick up what is going to be 10 VPs, maybe 8 if you see a Colombia coup here, but otherwise
Yes.
10.
Colombia would be pretty. See what other card he can queue with. One small step you can use it.
Alliance is weak here. He has no and he's got no adjacency to Panama. So he's playing. I'm a little bit surprised at this, Wayne. I'll be honest with you. I would have thought Yuchen would go for South America. He's playing a little bit like he has Central America, but he does not have Central America.
Well, it could be that's a little bit mind game. They're thinking, yeah, I played like I have Central America, and instead I have Africa or nothing.
Yeah, potentially. I guess he is hoping that South America, of course, is not in Ziemowit's hand, and that he can draw it with Kennedy. He says, "Well, I have Kennedy. I'll let the bad region stay bad and focus on a region I could flip." But he's going to get a nasty surprise on the next AR, I assume, if when Ziemowit scores South America.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if we see a Colombia coup here, Ziemowit won't be able to score right away. He'll need to fill up Panama first.
If not sure Colombia coup is absolutely what Yuchen were planning to play, because he definitely not queuing. Yeah, I don't know why he go for Panama. Maybe because of I see it now. Because by queuing Panama, CA domination would not be point. He can actually doing one action, he can actually flip the domination to USA, which is a 5 point to +1, which is a 6 point swing. Relatively, in the if you think about the South American situation, it could be 10, it could be 8, but that's only 2. That's there's not much you can gain from that coup. So that's why you want to give it a try to Panama instead of any of the South America country.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. So South America, 10 points for Ziemowit. If and had been able to roll huge in South America, would be only 5. But he decides, as you said, to instead contest Central America, which would flip domination if he's able to secure Panama and then maybe get a coup of Nicaragua or Haiti as well. As it is, Ziemowit now with a 13 VP lead, he has taken back Italy. And so the board looking good for Ziemowit now. Africa still quite a trouble spot for him.
He needs to either expand to Sahara or maybe even Tunisia to. He has no ops to fight for. Will he? Just one, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have a 3 op left to fight for India. which could be an important country here. With the war
Definitely.
gone, I don't know that it will affect domination.
Yeah,
Given
it
that the
does.
U.S.
Certainly
is going to be able
does.
to pick up, the
Uh-huh.
U.S. will be able to pick up a lot of these Southeast Asian countries.
Well, lots of country that Ziemowit need to overprotect, which is Italy, yep, and India. He doesn't want to give it up that easy.
Okay, so I think we'll just see a couple of ops into India right here to secure it.
Yep,
Ziemowit's also going to need to overprotect Pakistan by the end of the turn, and with the
correct.
China card,
And also Panama can. Oh wait, no, he can hold two card. He can hold two card. Yep.
yes.
Hmm.
So which one is more painful here, Arman or Camp David? I think you maybe want to give up Arman. Excuse me, maybe you want to give up Camp David.
Yeah. Oh no, he's space. No, he's keeping. He actually can. He can keep both.
So of course, that's
Yeah.
exactly what you just said. Sorry
Yeah.
about
Yeah. Yeah.
that, Wayne.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you said. He can hold both cards till next turn.
Yeah. And space one, so that
He
free of card he doesn't need to worry too much about. Yeah.
he needs Millops here, so I expect you would see him event the Korean War, even though he's already got South Korea, right?
Let's see whether he need to repair anything because as soon as one AR and like you said, Pakistanis need to over. It will be. It can be flipped by China card. So that two VP may be an Asia domination flip, so it may not worth it. Maybe he can even event I don't know. Arman Korean War. He run out of options now. Sorry, I mean run out of AR, not options. Sorry.
He wanted to get to the second space spot to stop Yuchen from the double space.
Mm-hmm.
Get that, but Panama Panama probably doesn't need overprotecting, but Pakistan definitely does. So let's see
Yes.
what we have here. Move that Ziemowit needs to immediately respond to. So let's see if he events the war or if he does some overprotecting.
I think Pakistan. Oh, playing war. Okay, success. Okay.
So the
I guess.
war overprotects South Korea with the win, and it overprotects North Korea in effect because the U.S. no
Yes.
longer has access. Pakistan's still sitting out there. I wonder if you see it get poked here with Asia unscored.
Could be. Um.
I also wonder if Yuchen wants to take an African non-battleground here to
Even a
secure
domination.
domination, potentially Saharan states to set up Algeria realigns as well. Let's see.
Oh, I can go even more aggressively though for Tunisia and Saharan. You go
Yes, yeah,
for
right. He could do both to um,
plus two
and
alignment
also to
setup.
prepare for Muslim Revolution as well, even though Muslim Revolution wouldn't be particularly effective at the moment.
Correct.
But it would be much more effective if the USSR were in Tunisia. And so, yeah, he's going to give up the VP from U2
Oh,
and
Asia score. Yeah, let's see. Okay, sorry. Not early. Okay, 8-1. Oh, Saharan and Jam, like you said in Pakistan. Okay. Oh, and none of
Asia
blue has
scoring
the
sitting in
Emo.
Yuchen's hand. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Now it's gonna the board the card shift. Now Yuchen has Arsenal again. He hold Asia scoring. Check. He's checking the card.
I
Okay.
think Missile Envy is Ziemowit's headline here, and he's going to get Muslim Revolution out of it.
Wheelbarrow is gone, right? Yeah. Oh
Yes,
no.
we will bury is gone.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Grain cell. Okay. Yeah, all these warp cards are pretty good to Ziemowit. Green cell
This
pools.
will be
Let's
big to see
see.
what card it gets.
Ooh, Betra. Will you event it? Yes, of course. Same thing for coup or event.
Would you? Yeah.
Oh, he
So
failed.
I would use it for ops to take Pakistan with Asia scoring in hand. I think that's right.
Muslim Revolution. And you happy to give up these two battleground to him because he can actually quickly rush back to Israel and
Yeah,
take
puppet
Egypt.
government's a
Oh yeah,
great
puppet.
card for
Puppet. Right,
Yuchen
right,
to
right. I forgot. Yep.
not usually used in the Middle East. I'll be honest with you, but a bit of an unconventional puppets, I think, is what we're going to see here. But first, these two guys are going to have to fight for Asia, and now Ziemowit knows that Yuchen's next play is missile envy, so only two ops, but he doesn't have a four op to use to potentially take back Pakistan or fight elsewhere in Asia. So I think now Yuchen is going to get this Asia domination.
Yes, he has a very good chance to get the VP down to 9, I think. Resolve, okay. Playing special is not a problem. Very weak.
I think this may go into Canada here. Just let's see.
Canada. For country? No, why Canada? Okay.
Maybe. Okay, so he's just going to take his coup in Africa and accept that he's
Oh,
dominated in Asia.
he did coup. He did wipe out, just a little barely. Um,
You could potentially see Algeria realigns here, or maybe just go back into Zaire and overprotect Pakistan. Yeah, that's probably the more conventional play. Yeah, one there.
yep.
Of course, he wants
Getting.
to get back over to those Middle Eastern countries. So our man to poke Lebanon is nice.
Yeah. He gets his turn 6, and any discard, and he does not want to trigger it. Okay.
Yeah. And so, I like a puppets play here into Libya and Egypt, but maybe you don't have to,
And
because I
also
think if you do it
Saudi.
now,
And
with
also
no,
Saudi.
the USSR has no access to Libya or Egypt.
Yeah. I guess that's. Oh, but you do want it. You do want to play, and yep, 1, 2, and 3. Yep, there you go. Like you said, very unconventional puppet play.
Conventional, but quite strong.
Yep. Okay, now he have to either score or overprotect Pakistan. What he's gonna do? He's gonna overprotect Pakistan first. Oh no, he is planning to. Yes, he's gonna score it. Okay, 5 point, back down to 9.
Yep. And so I think
He's
we're going
gonna
to see the
flip it back.
Pakistan flip anyway. Yep.
Okay, why not? Now look at Yuchen's monster huge ops hands.
I
Certainly he
wonder.
can.
I wonder if he should have just overprotected instead. Um, but
Yeah.
because he is far enough ahead in Asia, he shouldn't have needed to risk that. He also has plenty of ops, even without the China card. He's got a nice 4 op. He's got a nice 4 op here, although he doesn't want to give up Che, even though it's just be one coup.
Maybe because he's worried about Indo-Pak,
Yeah.
Pakistan and Indonesia and India are never that secure.
Nope,
Particularly when
you're
you
right.
lose that.
The
When you lose
Indo-Pak is in
that,
the discard, as is Brush War, but they obviously could come back next turn.
yeah, and when you lose that 1/6 Indo-Pak wall, you just like. "Ah!"
Yes, I'm well familiar with that feeling, Wayne.
I think we all do. Like that always play these little game to against it. Oh no, actually I
Yes.
see why now, because he has shuttle. Because if you event shuttle, then Ziemowit definitely need that third battleground. Otherwise, he will let Yuchen dominate Asia again. So if you want to play shuttle, definitely he needs to take the Pakistan. There you go.
Yeah, I like Ziemowit's play to flip Pakistan. I would have liked to see, I think, Yuchen overprotected, but okay, he's got now Asia is even. Shuttle was evented, and so now the U.S. will still have to take Japan in order to take advantage of shuttle. So Ziemowit hoping that perhaps Middle East comes out first. And there's obviously a lot that can happen between now and then. Okay, so OPEC going to space, Yuchen trying for the 3 VPs, and he gets it.
Hmm. Oh, cool. Okay. Oh no, Che is now going to be free. Not
Yes, and so I
entirely.
think you'll see
You
that
can
triggered
cook.
immediately.
You can cook Costa Rica, but yeah.
And get some mill ops out of it, but he doesn't need them.
Yep. There's nothing. Oh, row
Oh,
6. Wow.
okay.
Yep. That's probably the strongest check against Costa Rica.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that could eventually make a difference in terms of potential Panama realigns down the road, something like that. Um, and anyway, okay, so 3 ops now for Yuchen. I wonder if he takes Saudi Arabia. Africa's still unscored, so I'd like to see Yuchen take an African non-battleground here. Saharan states is good. Botswana, okay. Just get something so you have that domination going into next turn. You're going to be able to see Ziemowit's headline too, so that helps you as well.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of unfortunate for the U.S. when you controlling or dominating Africa or the Mid-War region. They only comes out at turn 7, which is pretty sad.
So frustrating timing there, and Ziemowit's going to get a Usuri here where he's just going to do some overprotecting. So I think that is wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder where this third op is going to go.
I would.
We also see one into Guatemala and one into Mexico for Yuchen, perhaps protecting against a liberation play from Ziemowit.
Costa Rica is a good play. Can
Yeah,
actually
I
control
like
dominate.
I like Costa Rica. I think that's fine. And Central America needs to come out on turn 7 as well. Yuchen hoping he draws it so he can Kennedy it away.
Yes, and also liberation theology is still out, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the gunman as well. I don't believe we've seen the gunman, and so
Let's see what
Yuchen
the
would be
clues
happy to
are.
draw all of those with Mr. Kennedy.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And
I
then he
believe
can get
Yuchen
a
has been holding
reasonable
Kennedy since turn 4. I want to say.
4.
I think he got it
Yes.
immediately.
Yes. And well, he doesn't have a very troublesome mid-war region
Yeah,
card. So.
certainly he wanted to dump South America with it, but Ziemowit got it instead.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will see. So the coup
Willie
here is
coup.
going to go into Central.
Uh-huh.
Still not going to stop domination, though.
Oh no! Ooh, steam pause. Okay. Sit tight. Okay. All right. No. Ooh, wow! A complete red hand now after all these blue hand from previous
Okay,
turn.
so Gunman, Liberation, crappy one-up, and then Arab-Israeli War, which is still active. So yeah, this is probably a Kennedy headline. I would think. Well, Colonial Rearguards, yeah.
First, and also a perfect headline to dump the whole hand with Mr. Kennedy. Wow.
Yes, so he'll be getting rid of at least Europe, both scorings. I mean, I would dump the entire hand after Colonial Rearguards.
Yeah. Well, I would keep Olympic game if you wanted, 2 off 3, but I would just gamble it and just take more card. Okay, jam. Well, Deco versus Decolonial. Not much sure. Let's see whether Deco. Can you get something back from it?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if Ziemowit here is just going to break these non-battlegrounds and score Africa.
Yeah, for free
-3 instead of now. I guess if he fights it here, he'll get dominated and it'll be 4.
Yes,
I would think, but and then he'll have the coup. So I don't think you want to give up the coup. So I think just, and I also wanted to Thailand could be interesting, even though he doesn't have the China card. But yeah, I think you want to put these into Africa. Ziemowit's got an interesting decision to make here.
Like you said, yeah, you're right. Just quickly fill in back Algeria and then equalize the non-battleground Saharan state in Cameroon and then score Africa. Give up the dorm. I mean, of course, you have to give up the coup for. That's 1 coup and 1 VP for 1 VP basically. So whether it's worth it, yeah, not sure about that actually. But not to mention that Simo would also know pretty much all the hands. Right, is it all the hands? Let's see.
I think OPEC was a redraw.
Yes. So
and Middle East was scored on turn 3. So I think Middle East is a redraw as well, I want to say.
So just one. So he knows Yuchen 7 or 8 cards already. So he's expecting us not going to be played as soon as possible because Lone Gunman, Kitchen Debate Field, AI War, and Europe obviously are unfavorable to Yuchen. So giving up the queue, not sure.
Yeah, so I'm not sure because I think Ziemowit probably wants to put as much pressure on Yuchen as humanly possible to delay that astronaut as long as he can. And so Ziemowit thinking hard here about how he's going to handle this Africa situation. He's going to give up some VPs. He knows that. But he should get them back with Central America. And what he doesn't want to do is he doesn't want to give up a coup of Panama, which would flip domination in Central.
That is true. We have time, though. We gamble. He knows that Yuchen has a weak hand. He can count on the offs, basically, yeah.
Yeah, so he knows Yuchen's hand is poor.
He can play China card, Ziemowit is thinking. He's going for the African scoring play, 3 VP, yes.
Okay, so he's going to save a VP by doing that. If a successful coup, he would have almost certainly had to give up 4 VPs there. Instead, he's only going to give up 3. But now DEFCON sits at 3, and Yuchen has the opportunity to coup. Would you take your shot at Panama, even though it can be immediately realigned?
Well, but it's overprotected too. So
Yeah,
I
you need a
would say no.
5 and to
Yeah.
survive realigns. Maybe
Yes.
maybe you take your shot at Brazil, try and get into South America here.
Yeah.
That
And
also assumes that you're willing to use the China card. Maybe he just uses Olympic and tries to get, just get a miracle 6.
he is cooing, I think. There you go.
Brazil here?
Miracle. Panama won. All right, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, Ziemowit gambled it right, and he scored back and
Yep.
gaining 1 VP, saving him 1 VP. Oh, Middle East with a free
Oh,
VP
of
with
course,
shuttle.
of course. He had the
Yes,
domination.
shuttle.
I forgot
Yes,
about that. So that's my
yes.
fault. So
No,
good use of shuttle there. 3
yeah,
VPs, and now you would, I assume, Kennedy next turn to dump the rest of this
yes,
very terrible hand.
yes. Unplayable, actually, not terrible. Unplayable.
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's overprotecting, starting to for the late war, preparing overprotect Poland, gaining Laos. Africa obviously is not important anymore until the end. Now let's see. Ziemowit can control South America all the way till the end. If he can really hold it, I think he's sitting pretty comfortable at the end. Oh wow, he
Oh,
redraw.
wow.
All right, you go. You do the
Wow.
announcement. You do
This
the
is an
announcement.
excellent redraw. So yeah, we've got Camp David here, and then NORAD. So okay there, but we've got Voice and Grain. So I would expect, and then We Will Bear You as well. So We Will Bear You potentially goes to space here, and then gets him to the discard spot. I don't think he's going to want to discard any of these. And then
Yes.
perhaps Grain a turn 8 headline. Would you say?
Yes, actually, and you can even I was thinking event NORAD, which is interesting too, because he has
Yeah,
kind of
and
the
now
build up
yeah,
already. But now it's only 2 off. Now it's not worth it. No, not worth
sorry
it
to,
completely.
to I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it looks like Yuchen reaching for Grain right now. Do you think he obviously knows that Ziemowit has OAS in his hand, potentially wants to force him to play OAS now, but if he hits Brezhnev, that's not going to work because then OAS can be spaced. So he has to know that Ziemowit's got Brezhnev as well. So this is an interesting
Uh,
decision here. I think I'd probably hold Grain until next turn. I'd play VOA on AR7. Yeah, I like this event.
mhm.
Potentially chip away at Ziemowit's lead, take away the War Games possibility if you can.
Yes. Oh, Haiti. Can Simwit? 5, 6, 7. Okay, he can still hold OAS if he. Aha.
See, I would think he would hold OAS.
Now I think Simwit knows he was circling Brazil. I think he's planning to overprotecting his. He knows he need to overprotect his
Yeah.
South American countries now. Oh,
He
space.
may, yeah, he may just overprotect. He may give up OAS and hold Brezhnev to turn 8.
Which is a good card. Yes,
Yeah,
but he
certainly a
can't
great card to
overprotect
hold.
all. He cannot overprotect all
Yes.
his. He is still missing one ops to protect Venezuela. Um, but you have VOA. Oh, you're right. Yuchen's reaching. Yuchen's reaching. Event. Yep, picking up. Let's see.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
don't like
Brezhnev.
this play. Yeah, I don't like this because if you take Brezhnev, then Zemo can simply space OAS.
If you can take
And if you
OAS,
return
then
it, it's just a blank 2-op. I would have liked to save that for the headline. I think that was a
yeah,
mistake by Yuchen.
yeah. But I mean, it's also often you can see Chinese using grain cell in the mid or even late turn, late of the turn in the AR, and just to cut hand size and force your opponent to play some to kind of surprise your opponent. Because usually you expect your US player will line grain cell. Oh, OAS go to
Yeah.
space.
Yeah, now OAS can go to space,
Bye
and
bye.
Yuchen knew that Ziemowit had it. I think he let him off the hook a little bit there. Now this
Mhm.
VOA is going to be nasty for Ziemowit, and
Yes, that
so,
could be a
but it could have been even nastier if he had had to trigger OAS. So, all right,
that's
well,
true.
we'll see what happens.
I will pull Venezuela and Brazil. Where will you pull?
Yeah, I think Venezuela and Brazil is good just to attack South America. There are Central America is dominated by the USSR, already scored. No other USSR domination on the board other than, of course, South America.
Oh,
Oh, he's
he's
going
cool.
one out of North Korea to
Everywhere.
take Asia domination. That makes sense. Um,
Okay.
but a South America scoring in Ziemowit's hand is an issue for him. War games in Yuchen's hand, so he's certainly happy to see that. This is quite a strong hand for Quite a strong hand for Yuchen.
Yes.
I'm
A lot of
sure Yuchen. Oh, this is this is interesting. Yuchen
history
would
repeat
like
itself.
to.
History repeat
Um,
itself again.
yeah. So what Yuchen would like to do here, probably, is to headline tear down and coup the heck out of Italy. But if he does that, he's going to have to give NATO to missile envy, because if he gives war games, he loses the game. If he doesn't degrade DEFCON in the headline, he can simply give war games and no harm, no foul.
Yeah. Well, not to mention,
So
Yuchen actually can see the headline, so he
yes,
definitely don't want
exactly.
to
He
give
can see
NATO.
that
Yeah,
headline.
yeah. So he definitely cannot steal this coup because it will lose the game. So he would definitely want to
Yes.
give war game to Ziemowit. So we will see the final scoring for sure, and or VP game. But at the same time, there is a Ziemowit need to play his Southeast Asia scoring as soon as possible because he's sitting 1-2-3, 1-2-1-2-3. Oh, those three repeat down. South America, he need to fill back up Venezuela.
Yeah. So this is. It looks like he's going to go with containment. This is not a great containment hand, but it
Not too
is
well.
decent.
It's a great containment. What are you talking about? All four, three off bump to four, and then
Oh
two go
well,
to
that's true.
three.
I guess.
That's six
Yeah, I
VP,
guess.
six ops game. That's huge
I
ops.
was thinking he may
All right.
event the IP war, and I
Uh-huh.
of course saw the other four op in his hand, but of course he's going to have to play missile
Well,
envy, so that's another boosted. Yeah, so he'll get five out of this. So yeah, this is a good containment hand.
well, Yuchen got containment 3 times, and finally he invented it at turn 8, which is massive.
Yes.
Oh, Ziemowit played this Cal and degrade DEFCON and save his repair all the VOA damage, which is pretty
Yeah, that was a
safe.
great card for Ziemowit to get, and especially with
Yes.
war games gone now,
Yep. Enough.
the decline from 7 to 5 VP doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you play for the board position now, which I would say USSR has a slight advantage right now.
Yeah,
Mr.
so I
Envy.
think
Okay, jam into it. Oh, yes. Now it's going to be an ops wall, which I think Simba is going to lose this one.
yeah, so yeah, I could just jam a 4 op into Venezuela, just trying to bully him here with containment.
And he knows he cannot get it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I got another jam, 4 ops jam, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So are you going to see a Colombia coup here? You're just going to take Uruguay
I would take
to get the
Uruguay.
domination? Oh, and he misses.
Yeah, yuck.
There's up another VP. Okay.
I would take this Uruguay because that's 4 country, and Yuchen cannot take 4 countries.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
have.
he could break. I guess he could break because he knows that Ziemowit has no free ops card to play, so he will continue to break. I guess. Yes.
Yep.
He can continue to reach out for and realign you out. Now Ziemowit cannot. Will he score this 2 point? He would not be happy to do that. Oh, he decided to gamble on that one, huh?
Yeah. So are you going to realign here in South America?
I guess. Let's see. Oh, event.
Oh, he's going to try the events.
Boom. Nope, barely. 4 instead. He needs a 5.
Misses.
He needs a 5. Okay. Now what he will score now? Ah, okay. He wants that domination back. Because
so you can't realign here because even realignment, even a successful realignment gives the domination. So you've got to coup Colombia.
Yes. Which I think. Oh, realignment. You hope for the 2 realignment. That's a 4. 4 ops realignment. One more. Oh, just one more.
Cleans him out, but he's still dominated. Oh, yeah, and now Ziemowit can score this domination.
There you go. Oh, he still continued to.
Oh.
He's playing on fire.
I would have just scored the domination there.
I know.
But okay, Ziemowit.
Okay. And jamming it now this time. He's gonna jam. Yep. He's gonna jam. Now he's gonna score.
Now you can score a domination.
Okay. Well, Yuchen tried his best to fight South America with his massive offs. But and save his tear down this war next turn for headline.
Yep. And so tear down this wall for an Italy coup will be nice. And Yuchen has to be happy that he was able to clear out Brazil and draw South America. It's going to help him for final scoring. Now, the pretty soon we will see that the only domination on the board will be in Central America. So very close game heading to turn 9 and turn 10. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Wayne. I was my initial interpretation quite wrong. That was a great containment turn for Yuchen. That could have been a very damaging South America scoring. Instead, he gets away with just 4.
You're right. Usually, Chinese play would say they would just event containment during early war, which you really need the ops. But interestingly, Yuchen actually played twice. And other.
I mentioned a coup, but now you're looking at potentially a realign of Italy with tear down this wall.
Yes, he can definitely do that. All right, a relatively strong hand with Ziemowit compared to previous. He can actually have Junta, Arms Race, starting Kapak in space. Latin American Desco is a good card, a surprising card. Marine Barrack bombing Lebanon is pretty good. And on the other hand, Yuchen has a lot of 4-ops cards, but there are lots of USSR event, Muslim and Glansnot, and then the nuclear nuclear test ban. But then he also has Summit, UN Intervention, Ortega, Evil Empire, and Tear Down This Wall in Cambridge.
Yeah. So Ortega, not a problem at all for Yuchen, and Muslim can be UN.
Yep.
Glasnost we've not seen Reformer, so that's a 2 VP coup. He'll gladly take that. This is a nice hand for Yuchen. Not a terrible hand for Ziemowit, but he's got Usuri and Duck to deal with, so one of those will be going to space for sure.
I think they need to fight for Middle East this turn. They are going to. Yeah. Asia is pretty stable. Yep, tear down this wall, obviously. Now, will you realign or queue?
I would realign here. He clearly set up to realign.
Yep, realign. Yep, 1. Oh, fail. 2. Oh, there you go.
6-1.
6-1. Oh boy. Oh no! And now he needs to repair. Will you repair your East Germany, or you want to go for a coup? Oh, I can coup actually. No, you don't.
He'll coup with Junta and then repair. Yeah.
Brazil or Venezuela? Or actually see. They both score.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do Brazil because that could just get realigned. So Venezuela and not Mexico. I think Venezuela is probably your play here.
OPEC can still come back, right? Yeah, OPEC can still come back. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Venezuela is right here.
Looking at the time, both players still have more than 10 minutes. Wow, Ziemowit still have 17 minutes. Lightning speed. Oh, he's going for Brazil. Interesting. Very interesting.
He was hoping to immediately realign. That's probably what he was trying to do. He was hoping to roll big and immediately realign Venezuela. The more conservative play there would have been to take Venezuela. And now he's gonna jam it.
And he's letting East Germany go. Huh.
Yeah. So I guess as the 4th battleground in Europe, it doesn't matter a ton. But Chernobyl unseen, Solidarity unseen.
And almost evented, okay?
Yeah.
So he definitely needs to overprotect. I'm not too sure about just leaving Poland like this. But
yeah. Okay,
so Jam? Jam back.
Yeah. Oh, and also the status of Warsaw. Warsaw is still in the deck, correct?
Oh yes.
Warsaw is still in the deck, so perhaps Ziemowit is banking on either drawing Warsaw himself or that Yuchen won't fill up East Germany because he's afraid of Warsaw.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right, he's going to UN Muslim. Oh, UN Glansnot. Interesting. Well, sorry, guys. I mean, I'm watching 2 screens, so... Wow.
UN Glansnot. I don't...
Oh, does it matter? Or... well, maybe because there's no good coup target? And space, either one doesn't matter?
Yeah, I don't... I think I would have UN Muslim... now, obviously, if war games were still in the picture...
Right.
That would be another story. Now, of course, I believe SALT negotiations is still out there. So potentially he's just very worried about going from 5 to 7 and losing on SALT negotiations.
All right, let's see the realignment here. Ooh, another 6-1. Wow,
yeah,
big roll.
That is a big roll, and then another nice roll in Algeria.
This Cambridge kill. Resolve, okay. Oh, our man's going to hurt.
Yeah, so we are not going to see these cards because we are seeing Ziemowit's screen, but we'll see obviously what was discarded.
Oh, yes. Let's see if we can catch the discard. Hmm. Well, there's no thoughts, CMC, Latin American. Oh, lots of Middle East neutral event cards.
Yes.
I guess they're counting more US cards going to put in the deck and making it more difficult for hand management for the turn 10, the last turn. That's a big realignment. Wow.
Yeah, that was
Two not two.
big. South
Wow. The
America
first
now a
time
draw.
I first time see Ortega cannot kill anything for USSR.
Yes. Yes. Ortega completely
Very
useless.
rare. Very rare. No, completely no effect, not useless. No effect.
Yes.
Oh, another
And
6.
now I wonder
We need the space. Yeah.
if
Okay.
you're going to see a Latin America debt crisis event here from Ziemowit.
I think he planned to do that. But we'll see. But again, Chinese player also leaves. I mean, they have one big card to discard. Just like blockade, how they defended.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're pretty well aware of this. Oh, this time not very lucky for. Oh, noticed because France has been. There's no influence there. So if Ziemowit has been realized out of Algeria, he has no way to get back in. So
Yeah.
he may need to think about putting one to Tunisia and Saharan is now back to 6, so there's no way he can queue that.
Yeah,
Oh,
he may need to get into Tunisia, but instead, okay,
oh,
Guatemala.
well,
Now, yeah, I
maybe
think Latin American debt crisis as an AR7 play would be nice here. Obviously, he's not going to get the doubled influence, but then Yuchen will have to give up a China card or skip an AR.
yes. Oh, now he got it.
This would be big, and he misses the roll.
Oh, play even. There you go. What's the board? Oh, okay. Wow, big hand, big hand.
Wow, look at all those 3s and 4s. Oh
Both
boy, this
side by
looks.
both side. This is gonna be huge. Well, no, USA has purge. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, U.S. has purge. U.S. can see Ziemowit's headline.
What else? Both,
And
both, both. You can see the screen here. Both parties actually checking the discard pile. It's very interesting. Okay,
uh,
A West, ABM Treaty, Reformer, Brush War. Wow, there's a lot of powerful. Oh, EU and Chernobyl. Wow, powerful hand.
Yeah, EU and Chernobyl, but
Will you go
Ziemowit
for
has
Europe control?
Warsaw. Yeah, so if
Yeah, yeah.
certainly
That's
Ziemowit would be happy to see Yuchen go for Europe control with EEU Chernobyl in hand, and then knows he can't get hit by Reformer, but Warsaw would be a nasty
but
surprise.
no, but that would be a problem because Europe would become a what would we say non-presence Europe domination. That's 10 point, right?
It would be, but Warsaw would just clean out. It would
You
just
ca-
make
you cannot you cannot put any influence in Europe. If Yuchen decide to play Chernobyl, which I would consider playing it because the Reformer is in your hand as well,
yeah,
and
but
because he
if
purged,
he
you have
does, I think Warsaw will just Zuma will play Warsaw late, and then Poland and East Germany will go back to 4-5. Will just go back to 0-4 and 0-5.
no, you play you first, right? Don't you?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you
Yes.
play Chernobyl and then you
Okay.
play EU and then
Got it. Got
yeah.
it. Okay. Sorry, I did not see that. Yes. So he went Chernobyl and then went with EEU.
Oh wait, no, he still had Poland. Okay, he still had Poland. He still had Poland.
He'd still have Poland, so he would have to crawl over there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, so
Well,
anyway, while we're
while
talking
we
about Europe, these guys are doing completely other things.
yeah, and, they were fighting over Zaire and Angola, and now a little bit couple Q switch back, and then quickly Zimbabwe turns Africa from a poorly 6 VP and now down to 4 VP domination. They're also fighting for a Middle East, a little bit operation into Saudi and Israel. No action in Europe actually whatsoever.
We were talking a lot about Europe, but that's not what we're seeing. Also, Brush War in Yuchen's hand. What do you think is the target here for Brush
Oh,
War? Potentially
well,
Pakistan?
you got
Algeria? Algeria's not going to
well
change domination.
Pakistan. Well, you got Asia scoring. If you can actually get Pakistan, you can score it twice, which is pretty decent
Yeah.
and nice. And you can also score Reformer. That's also 4 VP
Yeah.
if you can get the space. So he's actually sitting lots of. He can catch up a lot of ground. Wow, this is a very tight, close game. Ziemowit has
Yeah, I
to
wonder if Yuchen is saving East European unrest for an AR7 play to
wipe out.
potentially wipe out a presence there in Europe. I think I think Yuchen's got this one regardless.
Yes, and his late
But
was very, very strong. I mean his
yeah,
hand. All these 3 and 4. Okay, brush force coming. Okay, coming.
I think
Pakistan,
Pakistan's
Pakistan.
the target.
There you go. Boom. Oh, he got it. All right, this is game. This is game.
That's going to be your ball game, folks. So Asia Pacific is going to go
Yes.
to 2-0 here in the All-Star Series. America's 0-1. Europe will be 0-1 as well, with America's in Europe to play next, and we'll announce that matchup here momentarily.
Okay, and Zimmer even give up Europe now. That's going to be another 10 point.
Yeah, so he gave up solidarity, hoping that Yuchen will jam Poland and East Germany, and then he will, of course, play
Yes.
Warsaw.
Well, the way he do it, I think it signals he had Warsaw. So I think Yuchen gets that. So he's not going to waste his EEU to remove two. Oh, that's two VP. Whether he would do it or not, we'll
Yeah.
see. There you go.
Yuchen's going to score
Now,
Asia,
for the
take the
first
lead.
time, you see the VP is going to be blue. Boom, boom, boom. Now he has EEU and Chernobyl. Okay. No, that's no way USSR can catch up.
I think I'd space Reformer to try and get the VPs here. And he
You
will
got
hit.
it. All right. Nope. Okay, and one more VP for the Lion Lady. And he cannot equalize Middle East either. Has no op. Not. I mean that was monster ops hands by Yuchen.
Yeah,
And
just
again,
an amazing hand.
yeah, and again and don't forget Purge 10 when you need the ops. That's gonna kill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough turn 10 for
A rough
Ziemowit.
late war actually. Yeah. Very well.
So I think Ziemowit will be eventing Pershing on AR7, take from Italy, take from West Germany, and maybe, I guess, Canada.
Wow, we can definitely learn a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but obviously that'll be easily repaired, and this will be a comfortable U.S. victory with 3 dominations in final scoring to just 1 for Ziemowit. And boy, Asia Pacific living up to that reputation, going to go 2-0 here in the All-Star Series.
Yes. Ooh, and also a solid domination for Middle East. Okay, a quick fill. Chernobyl doesn't matter anymore. Just fill up to Europe, and yep, game is game. Well, do you want to congratulate Yuchen for this the winner of the All-Star Game 2? Do you want to quickly announce the next matchup?
Yes. So we after this victory, let's see what the final total is. Just curious. It's all academic now, I know, but okay, 12 VPs in final scoring. So a 17 VP win for Yuchen in final scoring. Yuchen the victor over Ziemowit, and sending Asia Pacific to 2-0 in the All-Star Series. Europe 0-1 and America's 0-1 as well, with Europe and America set to play next. And now it is time to reveal the next All-Star matchup. For Game 3, Kayan Fan out of the EMEA Conference will be the U.S. player. He'll take on Patrick Gong from the Americas Conference, who will be handling the USSR. Both players are currently in the top 10 worldwide, with Kayan sitting at number 7 and Patrick at number 9. Both these players actually play under the Chinese flag, but representing EMEA and the Americas respectively. Another marquee matchup in the All-Star Series, as Kayan will try to get the EMEA its first win, while Patrick will try to get Americas on the board. And Wayne, what are your thoughts on this matchup? Have you ever played against either of those players?